Hello and welcome to Tallahassee, Florida. Just a spectacular day for college football in the house at Bobby Bowden built. The Florida State Seminoles ready to open another season at the Dome. Today, a Sunshine State showdown in Florida. They believe their level of football is just a cut above. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Florida International Panthers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. The Seminoles will kick it away to start. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So FIU's offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Turns it on in midfield. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Pryor. Dances away. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he's got it inside the 20. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down. The Panthers look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, give on the inside. They make the stop, but they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Breaks the tackle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. This crowd knows when to bring it. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. On the move. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Jumped on top of the pile.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Florida State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Handoff from the gun.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. Trying to make magic with his feet. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it. So he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Florida International offense is back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw's got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that 1st down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that 1st down. Nice job.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. FIU mounting a threat in the red zone. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Sharp. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. On 1st and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. They'll try to blast their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Panthers!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this 1st half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. Maryland is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
In the draw play, it's about looking over here, look for pass, and then slipping it in real quick. Defense, too quick getting in the backfield, caging that ball, making it stay in the middle of the field, getting the big TFL.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, it's Pryor. Quickly out to the tight end. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. They can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International. The proverbial rabbit out of the hat. Getting out of the Houdini-like box. Calling reverse and trickeration, and it worked.
It does, and it's frustrating because defensively you're thinking run, and you're playing aggressive, and on that backside, man, you got to stay home. You got to be alert. You got to do your job. When you don't, here comes the reverse. Here comes the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warrick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house, make big plays.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
Now, 4th down. Number 18, on to punt it away.
Looking for a block. It's Sharp. Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Still running at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Looking for a man. It's Cryer. He's right on target. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play there.
He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. It'll be a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Catch in the middle. It's Hart. And that spin move kept the play alive and let this guy pick up a few extra yards. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Pushes ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, FIU.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Seminoles will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight, and the returner will be brought down. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He's up to 51 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Fires on the run. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Gets open down the middle. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Seminoles come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop? Down right now before the half. They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
They're trying to get to it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. The give to the back. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. To the air. It's Pryor. Setting up the screen. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. College fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over the Astronauts. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man quickly. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. But the kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. He wants to throw. He makes the connection. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Runs through a tackle. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. And the Panthers line it up with a first and goal. Touchdown, Panthers! And the stomping has commenced.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida State, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to move it through the air. And they got him for the sack.
How about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
The coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They feed him again. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a 1st down for FIU.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got it set up on the outside. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it. Touchdown, Florida International. And the route is on.
And it took a minute, but the passing attack now on board. The first passing touchdown of the season. And it took to the 2nd half, but I'll tell you what, this offense will find its rhythm. They'll grow. They'll get better throughout the season. And this is going to be a hard passing attack to stop.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
And the Noles are marching down the field. They'll try the left side. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, running back on the move. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He's going to take off, and he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. 2nd down coming up. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Makes the grab down the middle. Makes the catch and knock down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Feeling some heat. Pressure coming. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida International.
Line gets set, first down. Give to the running back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could...
Looking for a deep man. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. FIU will line up to punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Makes a move. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
It's no surprise the defense is anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And on second down for this offense.